Okay, so we're back again with the Singer vac. I've got the bag swept out. I just swept it out with the shop vac because I can't get the bag actually off of the motor housing. It's just a twist lock connector. You can see it from inside the bag, but it's frozen in there. I can't get it out. And I'm even actually wondering if the reason that this vacuum had stopped being used was because it just plain didn't work anymore. And I took the brushes out to look at the brushes. And this one here, it's relatively good. It's a little bit pitted, very worn, but in relatively good shape. Get back in there. This one here, on the other hand, was completely stuck in the slide, and look at how badly arced and pitted that one is. So I'm wondering if the brush didn't get stuck and just the motor quit working. And you can see it still has a little bit of a it's still not as smooth as it probably should be, but I had fired this up already and there is not any arcing at all in the motor, so that's a good thing. The motor does seem to run very well. I've oiled the bearings the best as I can without completely tearing the entire unit apart, which I'm going to do eventually, but not at the moment. I've just blasted this all clean with the air compressor and wiped it down. It still has to be completely torn down and given a good polishing. The handle still has a little bit of rust on it, and I have to do something about that switch. The bag has a small tear by the bag holder, but I was able to push it up inside the bag holder a little bit, so it should be okay for now. This is the light cover from the other Singer, the parts vacuum, versus the one that was on it. The only difference I can see is that the rivets look like they're broken off almost on this one, and you can see there's a little 606 in the bottom corner, whereas the original one doesn't have that. I don't know what the difference is on the serial number or anything from the other vac versus this one, but again, the other one did have a cord winder on it too, so it may be a little bit newer, it might be a little bit older, I'm not sure. But this is a model R-3, serial number 6213464. If that's useful to anybody that could find out the exact year, I was told from about 1936. So, but anyway, let's get this flipped over and we'll look at the bottom here. Okay, so this is the brush roll, and I was thinking, oh, the brushes look fairly worn on it, but I don't think they are at all, because as you see, even now you can probably hear they're hitting the guards a little bit. So I'm thinking this is probably about the length that the brushes should be. I did have to, oh, where did I put it? Here it is. This is the brush roll from the other one, and it's shot. You can see the aluminum's even split between where the brushes are, but I had to steal one end cap from this one, which was good, and one end cap from the one that was in the vac was good. The brush roll is a little bit different style too. This one here looks as though it just has a piece of sheet metal around the center of the, you can see the seam right there, versus this one doesn't have that. It's just got a little bit of a slight taper on there. Now, whether that piece of sheet metal was added on there at some point, I don't know. I can't really tell, because it looks like that was just nailed on there. So it could be an add-on, whatever, but it does work. But yeah, this one you can see this one's totally shot. This one's just about as bad. These aren't that great, but it doesn't rattle, doesn't make any funny noises. And the belt is on here similar to how a Hoover belt is put on. Just wraps around the shaft like that. But it is flat belt, and the belt, I just took a guess at it, and this one works fairly well. Good tension on it. It's a either a GE CBU6 or a Bissell 3130 belt, and it was a couple bucks. Wrong way. And this just goes on here. These are little spring clips on that hold that on. Okay, so we'll flip it back over, get the cover back on, and I think the cover kind of looks like a helmet. But get that back on and try it out. Okay, so we're ready to fire it up here. It's still outside, so I don't know how well we're going to be able to hear this. First, I'm just going to start it on low. I mean, there's noise from the brush roll, but there's not, I don't think, much I can do about that. So yeah, we'll take it inside and actually try it out on some carpet. Okay, so I did a little quick run here without it on the video, and works pretty good. Actually works sort of like a Hoover. It's on its highest setting, because practically anything else in it's too hard to even push on this carpet. But even on its highest setting, it pulls the carpet right up off the floor. So we're just going to run it on low real quick here and do a demonstration. That's just crap that actually came out of this sweeper. So here we go. Okay, now I'm going to put the camera down, see if we can get a little floor level view and see if we can see how it actually picks up the carpet. Again, the carpet still looks like crap because, well, the carpet is crap, but if we had a good carpet, I'd say it would work pretty dang good. But there we go, Singer R-3 from about 1936.